She arrives on time in high-heeled shoes, and she's got the cure for your RV blues. Hey there, have you heard the news? GiGi saves the day. That contract there is just no match. She'll even spot the smallest catch. You'll breeze right through the roughest patch, 'cause GiGi saves the day.
My name is Tom Alexander, and as always, I'm joined by Gigi Stetler. We have a special guest today. We have Sheline McNair, and Sheline is in Arizona.
Hi, Sheline. Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Well, you have a very interesting story that you want to share with our viewers, our listeners, and you kind of set up this tale for us, if you will, and we'll talk about it.
We'll call the story, I guess, the Camping World Nightmare. Right?
There you go. Part 533.
Yeah.
I like the title. Yes, absolutely. My husband and I had decided, my husband retired a couple of years ago, and we were going to wait until we retired, and till I retired, actually, and then purchase an RV so that we can just go out and enjoy our retirement. And then last year, my husband was diagnosed with stage 3 prostate cancer. So we decided that we wanted to, instead of waiting, we thought we would, let's go out and take a look, let's go shopping, RV shopping, and let's kind of start some of our travels now, and then maybe do some of the bigger travel later on. And so we had looked online, we saw an ad for Camping World, and it was for 2019, actually, a motor coach that we were interested in. It was in the price range that we wanted to buy. We've never owned an RV before, motorhome, nothing, ever, neither one of us. And so we were excited, and so we saw the ad, made sure that it was still available, went down to Camping World.
Did it say new? Was it a new?
It said brand new.
Okay.
Yes, it said new 2020. No, 2019, the one we got.
Okay.
And because we wanted new, but we were okay with the 2019. So we went down Camping World, and we went in there, and we met a gentleman, a salesman that helped us. And we explained our story, just like I'm telling you. We wanted to, get an RV, one for retirement. My husband's diagnosis. My husband's a veteran also, and so he exchanged. He was also, in the military and a fellow veteran, and he understood our, circumstances. But he knew, I think one of our biggest mistakes, probably looking back now, was to say that this is our first time RV purchase with them anyway. And so then he, right away told us that that one, the 2019, was not available. But wait, we have this one over here that is available. It's a 2020 and a, much higher cost. And so we looked at it, and, we asked him to search other locations, see if there was a 19 available. There was not. New. We made sure we stressed we wanted new. I mean, through the whole process, we stressed we wanted brand new, because this was our first time. We wanted it new to us. And new for us. And so my husband and I discussed it, talked about it, and then we finally decided, okay, yes, we're going to go.
Is there a price difference between the 19 and the 20?
$10,000.
How much?
$10,000.
10,000. So you they kind of got you in on the ad on the 2019, and all of a sudden it wasn't available. So they bait and switched you into a 2020.
Absolutely. And we've confirmed that it was still available before we drove down there. But yeah, when we got down there, it automatically was not available anymore. So yes, absolutely, bait and switch. So then after my husband and I discussed it further, and we decided, okay, yes, we're gonna, let's do this, and there's nothing available. We can make this work financially, and let's do this. And so we decided to purchase it. And we probably owned the motor coach for about 4 weeks before I decided, what, look, they never talked to us about the Sirius radio or anything that, promotion available, but I knew that there was with a new vehicle. So we happened, there was now looking back, there was a lot of things that they didn't discuss with, like giving us an owner's manual, you know, talking about the promotional things that were available with it. And now we thought, well, maybe it was just different because it was an RV versus a regular vehicle.
Right.
So decided, you know, we were going to, you know, call Sirius Radio and activate the radio. And this was our first clue. Called radio, Sirius Radio, gave them the radio ID, and they said, "Excuse me, you know, ma'am, but this radio's already activated under," and they gave me the, you know, the person's name, and they said it's a 2019. And I said, "No, wait a minute. You know, first off, I thought, wait, it's supposed to be a 2020, and then we're supposed to be the first owner." So I thought Sirius made a mistake. I really did. I thought, well, maybe they just don't have something right. Maybe somebody made a mistake with the ID number. But I went ahead and purchased, because I had to purchase it, the Sirius Radio, and got it activated. And then I talked to my husband, and he's like, you know, no, he's like, this doesn't seem right. So he said, suggested that we go down to right here, the local police department. He said, I'd like to go down there and have them take a look at it and find out, okay, really, what year is it? And secondly, is there somebody else on this that was registered with this vehicle? So we went down to the police station, and the gentleman there, very nice. He's a retired highway patrol officer that was there helping us. And we explained our situation, and he said, he said, let's go outside and let's take a look at the unit. So we went out to take a look at the unit, and he was looking in the box. He said, and he explained to us sometimes there, you know, the difference between the chassis and the box.
Right.
The chassis can be a 19, but the box is 20, which makes it a 20.
Right.
He said, but typically there's something in the box that will give us, there's like a serial number, an ID number, something in the box. That's what he told us. So we went inside, he's looking around. There was nothing to be found inside the box. Nothing, absolutely nothing in there to clarify that it was a 2020, 19, whatever it may be. So he said, you know, come back in the office and let's take a look. I'm going to pull it up on, you know, my database. He pulled it up and he said, do you realize this is registered? You're not the first owner. He said, no. He said, no, this is previously registered to and he gave us her name again. And he said, now you're telling me they sold this to you as new. And we said, yes, they did. And he said, they should have never done that. There is a previous owner on here that was registered with this vehicle. You are listed as a second owner. And so then that's just started the whole.
Wow.
So then we ran a Carfax. And running the Carfax, then we saw that, okay, we were not the first owner on that as well. There is a first owner and we are the second owner. And then that started this whole ball rolling. And
just curiosity, you know, I mean, that is true with the chassis being a 19 and the coach could be a 20. And if you had the proper paperwork and the two MSOs, it, yes, you know, that could get corrected. But and you never found the coach number in the it should be on the wall behind the driver's seat, either on the wall or in the first overhead cabinet is sometimes where they stick it. So if it's not in either place, they could have removed it, you know, because that's usually where they're stamped in those two locations. So if you getting past the fact whether it's a 19 or a 20, when you reached, it's a Thor, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
So did you reach out to the manufacturer?
We reached out to Camping World.
Okay, but you've never reached out to Thor?
Yes, we have.
Okay, and did you ask Thor if they had it registered, if they had the warranty registered to you or to the previous owner?
Well, they wouldn't tell us a whole lot of information. It seemed like they were kind of, when we first talked to them, they had some other things in their file but then they were going to read it, but then they didn't. So they didn't give us a whole lot of information, no.
Okay, so they were kind of a little secretive, huh?
Yes.
Because you gave them, and you gave them obviously, and on your paperwork, it says new 2020, correct?
Yes.
All of your bill of sale, buyer's order, and everything says, yes, 2020 new.
Yes.
You know, well, it's an interesting web they have weaved. We're going to investigate this.
Gigi, there was one thing too, because when we talked to Thor, they mentioned that there was a cutoff date for the box as of June 1, which would have been June 1 of 2019. Now we actually did see a inspection sheet inside one of the cabinets.
Uh-huh.
everything that was, like the refrigerator and everything else.
Right, a PDI sheet.
Yes, had everything in there, and it was inspected in May of 2019.
Well, that would make sense because they did the PDI just prior to the other purchase. So that would make sense. That's the dealer's PDI. What month did you purchase it?
September.
You September of 2019.
Yes.
Okay, so this allegedly other purchaser. So if the PDI sheet was done in May from Camping World because they were getting it ready for a customer in June, that PDI sheet, you have it. Did it show any repairs or any warranty items being fixed on the PDI?
Not on that. No.
So everything was checked off as in good working order?
Yes.
Okay. And signed by somebody at the bottom?
It said active, yes, and signed by somebody at the bottom.
Okay. Okay. So I think we're definitely going to investigate this case for you, and perhaps we will have a resolution and bring you back relatively soon with resolutions, because this is the stuff, and unfortunately I do wish that you found me or registered your vehicle with RVACA prior, to I wish I'd have met you on better circumstances prior to you getting into this. And this is, the whole reason we have, this organization is to, just to run things past us. Like if you'd have got the VIN number, we could have run the VIN number for you prior to you purchasing it. Just things like that you wouldn't think of. But, unfortunately, we don't walk into a dealership thinking that, a big company like Camping World, publicly traded company, would be deceitful. So I get it. You did nothing wrong. You did absolutely nothing wrong. You're meant to enjoy this RV, and you just weren't armed with the right knowledge.
We have sure learned a lot now, I'll tell you.
I know, and you shouldn't have to. You should be enjoying life and not having to figure out how to navigate the complex RV industry. That's my job, but that you shouldn't have to do that, and that's it kind of makes me sad that RV owners, you're not my first case, and we have, unfortunately, 90% of our cases are that we are working right now are against Camping World. For the bait and switch seems to be their MO, and I actually I test it all the time because I am signed up for their newsletters and stuff, so and I get them, and I see the sale price and everything, and I call, oh yeah, it's available, come on down. And I'd bet anything that it's not available once you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is really sad, Gigi. It really is. That I would think they can make enough money without having to do all of the shady stuff.
I think, and it's, I don't even, in this particular situation, I always, there's a saying, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the previous buyer, my gut feeling is that they drove it off the lot and it had some kind of defects. Mm-hmm. And they drove it right back, and they must have made a lot of noise that Camping World exchanged that and then just moved it right over to you.
And I did actually contact her, so I did find out a lot of that information. So yes. Yeah,
and I'm sure that's what happened, and they just resold it. But we'd like to. I mean, if we get this resolved, our goal is to get that coach registered now as a used vehicle. So if they do, if they do take it back or trade it in or whatever, it needs to be documented, the defects that the coach has. And then, if somebody is handy and wants to buy it at a discounted price, knowing that it has those things, that's the way it should be sold. So it's off the hands and out of the way of unsuspecting new buyer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna fight we'll fight the good fight with you.
Thank
and
you.
It's really nice meeting you, and we're gonna be in touch.
Thank you. Nice meeting you. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you, and you have a great day.
You too.
Did you enjoy this video? Be sure to like, comment, and share, and hit the bell icon. Remember, ding ding, so that you're notified when new videos are uploaded. As always, don't forget to subscribe.